It's Roger from Counter Kicks here with Travis Blasingame. Travis, tell us what you do with Adidas.
Global Business Unit Director for Adidas Basketball Apparel. Do all of NCAA, all 13 schools for NCAA, NBA, as well as great projects like D Rose.
Nice. All right. What was the original design description brief for the Rose 3 apparel collection?
For Rose, and much like everything we do on court for Derrick Rose, it started out with trying to answer the functional need of what he needed us to do, and whether it was a fleece hoodie, or t-shirts or hat, whatever it was, let's make sure it's grounded in a functional need. And then last, and not in any specific order, is it needed to have a sense of style. So the one-liner, the elevator conversation was driven by function, cultivated with style. When you look at the hoodie and the fleece set that he had on today, very functional in what he needed that to do, right? He's in his kind of recovery mode post-workout. What is he going to feel most comfortable in? Some of the words that he used to describe that hoodie and that fleece piece when he got it in his size for the first time last night was, can't repeat them. I mean, it was some words, but it was good stuff. I mean, they talked about it being Christmas Day, those kind of things. So making sure that it's super, super comfortable, that it answers that functional need, that it has that sense of style, that we need this to represent, and this being the logo.
What was your personal favorite piece from the collection?
Personal favorite piece is probably the fleece set that he had on. I'm a fleece junkie. I literally have 4 pairs of the fleece pants, and 2 of them are still in plastic bags, just to make sure that I have it. As you can imagine, I need to tailor it a little bit. I'm a little challenge, right? But I love fleece.
Who designed the handcrafted graphics for the Rose 3 collection, and how long did that take?
Ravo designed it. I'm sure we can get some one-on-one time with him as well. He works under Rob Lee's group. When Rob talked about that journey through Inglewood and Murray Park, it all started with that. It's funny because we keep talking about graphics, and to go back to kind of a Kanye quote, he doesn't write songs, he writes t-shirts, right? And this t-shirt is a song. When you look at the inspiration of the roots and the foundation, the family, all the way up to his journey through elementary school and high school with the 2 mascots kind of holding the tree out, and you go up in the middle of the tree and there's that shadow of the Bulls logo, and then it's where he grew up, where he played, where he parked. There's just all kinds of things that kind of nod back to it. But overall, the nice part about it is in today's digital age of so much Illustrator and Photoshop and digital work, that graphic is hand-drawn. And so it definitely has a sense of kind of craftsmanship and a lot of the things that we talk about that we want this logo to represent: premium and craftsman, couture design, and that simple premium kind of look and feel. That's what that graphic is.
What was the process for designing the new Rose logo like?
It kind of started out with rewinding and kind of all of us aligning on what we needed the logo to do and what we needed the logo to be, what we wanted it to represent for the brand, for him, for us. And we all kind of came back to we needed to be premium, we needed to be, you heard the word iconic how many times on stage. And so we did a lot of study of different iconic logos in the industry and why they were iconic and what they represented. How do you get to icon kind of status? And the one thing that we came back to was consistency. So when we looked at building this logo and putting this logo together, we went out and talked to guys like Peter Moore, who's in Portland, that has a little bit of a track record of building logos, right? The one thing we kept coming back to is, what are the things about him that are never going to change? Right? As he evolves, and we know he's going to evolve, his game has evolved. He's dropping threes as much as he is driving to the hole now. That didn't used to happen his first year in the league. So things are going to change, but what's not going to change is the past. And the influence the brothers had, influence Mom had, his number one will hopefully never change. He'll never be a rookie again in the NBA, so that one makes sense. He's always going to be from Chicago. So as we started to build this, we wanted to make sure it was built on something that that wasn't going to change, but that was very, very meaningful for him as well. And I don't know if you noticed, but when he came out wearing the hat, he's such, he's so respectful in this moment. And it was almost like he was coming to sit down at dinner, and he had his hat on and he took his hat off, right? Had respect for everybody in the crowd. But one of the things that you didn't see that he didn't talk about at all, and you may have noticed it, but when that hat came off, it sat on his knee. And he protected it like it was baby sitting on his lap, or like it was an American flag that he just took down from the flag. It never hit the ground. He was constantly adjusting it. That for me was pretty meaningful. I mean, it was pretty emotional up there, right? And that hat never dropped to the floor. And it didn't because it's special. And so when I look at the process that we went through and how painful that process was at times, with, as you can imagine, with a global company, how many people were involved in it, just seeing how he treated it, just re-energizes me on a daily basis to make sure that we're continuing to fight to make those right decisions, to keep this premium, to keep it meaningful, to keep it doing some of the heavy lifting we needed to do with our kid to create that status and credibility. When that kid puts that hat on, puts that t-shirt on, I want to make sure that he wears it with pride. And it's not just tossed aside like a piece of chocolate.
What is the future of the Adidas Rose apparel collection?
I think it's going to continue to evolve as he evolves. The garments that we picked to do were picked for a specific reason. And they're picked because that's what's in a baller's bag. If you go into a kid baller's bag, he has a couple of hoodies, some t-shirts, socks, hats. Socks may be the most important piece of the puzzle right now.
Yeah.
But snapback hats, they're all super important. So we talk about shit. And not the word shit, but short hat, the initials of, right? T-shirt. So anyways, I think it's going to continue to evolve. It's going to continue to be seasonally relevant. We're looking at super lightweight technical outdoor jackets. Not that we're going to build, we'll probably pull them from our outdoor group in Germany and skin them with Derrick Rose style for the obvious reasons if winter's here to prove it, right? It's a windy city. So I think you'll see it continue to evolve. You'll see it continue to be supported with colorways and some of the things out of our originals group as well. So I don't think we're ever going to do denim.
Good.
If you're worried, I'm worried about that. So
Denim's tricky.
yeah, we try to keep it pretty focused on what we're doing.
Travis, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.